In today's fast-paced manufacturing landscape, where competition is fiercer than ever, understanding your actual costs isn't just a nice-to-have. It's a non-negotiable strategic imperative. Picture this. You're in a boardroom discussing the future of your manufacturing business. Everyone's buzzing about standard costs, the tried-and-true metrics that have guided decision-making for years. But here's the catch. Those standard costs can be deceptive, leading you down a path of flawed assumptions and missed opportunities. It's time to peel back the layers and reveal the hidden truths behind actual costs, because mastering this knowledge can mean the difference between thriving and merely surviving. Let's talk about the standard cost illusion. This is where many manufacturers find themselves trapped. Standard costs are like a comfortable old sweater. They fit well and feel familiar, but they can also hide some uncomfortable truths underneath. They serve essential purposes, like budgeting and inventory valuation, but when they become the primary lens through which we view our operations, we risk missing the bigger picture. Imagine believing a particular product line is profitable based solely on standard costs, only to discover later that actual costs tell a different story. A story of margin erosion and lost profitability. It's a harsh wake-up call that many manufacturers face when they finally dive into the depths of actual cost analysis. The reality is that the gap between standard and actual costs can be particularly troublesome in today's dynamic environment. Material prices fluctuate, labor rates change, and production conditions evolve. If you're relying solely on outdated standard costs, you're making decisions based on an illusion. You might think you're steering a ship toward profitability, but without actual cost data, it's like sailing blind. You could be charting a course straight toward rocky shores, unaware of the dangers lurking beneath the surface. Now, let's shift gears and explore the power of understanding actual costs. When manufacturing leaders prioritize actual cost tracking and analysis, they unlock a treasure trove of insights. First and foremost, they can pinpoint exactly where margin erosion is occurring. Is it due to material waste, labor inefficiencies, overhead absorption issues? With this granular understanding, manufacturers can implement targeted improvement initiatives that tackle the root causes of their problems, rather than merely addressing the symptoms. It's like having a crystal-clear map of your operations, guiding you toward the areas that need the most attention. But that's not all. Actual cost data lays the groundwork for more accurate pricing and quoting decisions. Instead of relying on potentially outdated standards, manufacturers can base their pricing on true costs while still maintaining their target margins. This is particularly crucial when you're bidding on new business or deciding which customer programs to pursue. Imagine the confidence that comes from knowing your pricing reflects reality, not just a hopeful estimate. Moreover, understanding actual costs empowers manufacturers to optimize their product mix and resource allocation. With accurate cost data in hand, leaders can direct capacity toward truly profitable work. They can identify products or processes that need a redesign or restructuring to hit profitability targets. It's about making informed decisions that align with the financial health of the organization, rather than chasing after every opportunity without a clear understanding of its impact on the bottom line. However, despite these clear advantages, many manufacturers face significant barriers. When it comes to developing strong, actual cost tracking and analysis capabilities, inadequate systems and data collection processes, a lack of cost accounting expertise, and cultural resistance to moving beyond familiar standard cost approaches all contribute to the struggle. But here's the good news. These barriers can be overcome. With the right combination of technology, process improvement, and change management, organizations can break free from the chains of outdated practices. Modern ERP and manufacturing execution systems are game changers in this regard. They make it increasingly feasible to capture actual cost data in real time. Imagine having access to live data that reflects the current state of your operations, allowing for timely and informed decision-making. Cloud-based business intelligence tools further enhance this capability, enabling sophisticated analysis of cost drivers and variances. The key is to implement these technologies thoughtfully, while also building the internal capabilities to leverage the resulting data effectively. But it doesn't stop there. Understanding actual costs requires collaboration across departments. Breaking down functional silos between operations, finance, and other areas is essential. It's about creating a culture where everyone understands that actual costs are not just a finance concern, they're everyone's responsibility. When those who generate cost data on the shop floor regularly communicate with those who analyze it, the entire organization aligns around the importance of accurate costing. It's a powerful shift that can drive meaningful change. Embarking on the journey to develop strong actual cost capabilities is not a sprint. It's a marathon that requires sustained commitment. Organizations should start by assessing their current state of cost visibility and identifying the highest priority gaps to address. This often reveals opportunities for quick wins through improved data collection or analysis processes. It's about taking small, deliberate steps toward greater visibility and understanding. Progressive manufacturers are also exploring emerging technologies like IoT sensors and artificial intelligence to automate cost data capture and analysis. While these advanced capabilities aren't prerequisites for getting started, they represent the future direction of manufacturing cost management. The investment required to build actual cost capabilities typically pays for itself many times over through improved decision-making and operational performance. As manufacturing complexity continues to increase, the competitive advantage of understanding true costs will only grow larger. Beyond the numbers, developing a strong understanding of actual costs creates a foundation for continuous improvement and operational excellence. When people throughout the organization have visibility into true costs and their drivers, they become more engaged in finding ways to reduce waste and improve efficiency. This cultural shift, from viewing costs as purely a finance concern to seeing them as everyone's responsibility, may be the most valuable benefit of all. In an era where manufacturers face relentless pressure to do more with less, building this cost-conscious culture is essential for long-term success. So, what's the path forward? It's clear. The road to manufacturing excellence goes through a deep understanding of actual costs. While the journey requires investment and persistence, the alternative, continuing to operate with limited cost visibility, is far more expensive in the long run. Those manufacturers who master this critical capability will be best positioned to thrive in an increasingly competitive future. As we wrap up this discussion, remember that understanding actual costs is not just about crunching numbers. It's about empowering your organization to make informed decisions that drive profitability and operational excellence. It's about fostering a culture that values transparency and collaboration, where everyone plays a role in understanding and managing costs. So, take that first step today. Dive into your actual costs, challenge the status quo, and unlock the potential for your manufacturing business to not just survive, but thrive in the years to come.